6 o'clock in the morning, and the TV aerials belong to the birds and all else belongs to the cats. And then later in the day we went to a heavy horse show. This, I think, was at Redhall Farm, which is somewhere near Bury St Edmunds. One of the first things we did was we decided to have a spot of lunch. There was a burger stall there. I had hot dogs, of course, eventually. See, here's a bit of footage from where I was after I'd been in the queue for half an hour. At that point, I'd already been in the queue for half an hour, and that piffling little queue you could see in front of us, that represented another 20 minutes wait to get to the front. Although, admittedly, that did give me a chance to take a little bit of video of the girls. I was doing video footage anyway. And the girls had time to play with a cute puppy. Well, eventually we did get to the front, and food was ordered by all. We then had to wait 10 minutes for them to make the food. Still, at least it gave me a chance to get this footage of this horse.
Cheeseburger with one bacon roll.
Yep.
And 2 small hot dogs, but one of those, only one of those will have you.
So 3 cheese, 2 small hot dogs and a cheeseburger.
Now, you may say it was a good thing I got footage of that horse, but it was also a pretty good indicator that we were missing the main action in the main ring. So when eventually we got our lunch, we ate quickly and headed off for the main show ring, taking just a few seconds to take a few photographs of a few very interesting carts. And then we headed off to see the horses.
down one morning in July. Down a boring green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her 2 white feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, I had to shake myself to make sure I was standing there. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in a county down. At the crossroads fair, I'll be sure.
Anyway, for those of you that prefer more modern farm equipment, I'm afraid that's all you're getting. Whilst the rest of my party was looking at some unusual birds, I noticed this sign. Let me read it to you. It says, "Wagon rides. Children, £1. Adults, £2. Which is strange, because I didn't think you were allowed to ride children anymore. Finally, the girls came across some more gorgeous big horses. These are Suffolk punches. Amy particularly likes them because of the level of camouflage they give her. The press are bitching again about the pay of council executives. And you've just got to ask yourself, why is it they are so keen to make public service jobs second-class jobs? So, Dominic Strauss-Kahn, the former head of the International Monetary Fund, is looking like he's about to have all charges relating to sexual assault against him in America dropped. Which means you can either interpret this in one of 3 ways. Either you think it's the case that if you're rich enough you can buy your innocence in the US, or is it perhaps, was it perhaps rather all part of a plot to get him out of control of the IMF just at the point when his presence there as a European would have been really useful for dealing with the European debt crisis? Or was it a plot perhaps by people in France to stop him getting the job of president? Either way, conspiracy theories reign. Pick whichever one suits you. And this camera hates me this morning. Well, we've sat there over the last few months and we've all seen posts about our brave boys, and fair enough, yes, got some brave lads over there in Afghanistan and various places fighting for the causes of Britain. And I will take nothing away from them. But then I see a lot of the same people that were talking about our brave boys who have then been going on saying, these looters, they're rabble, they're scum, they're terrible people, they're the absolute dross of British society and they should be packed up and shipped over to Afghanistan to fight over there. Which perhaps betrays what they really feel about the mentality it requires to be a British soldier. Personally, I would go with a brave boys theory. And if you're wondering why I can't talk very well today, I've got a ulcer on my tongue, pain in the neck, on the tongue.